Welcome back to another presentation here at SaaSiest Jobs Day, and I'm happy to introduce to you SuperOffice. And we are joined here by Gisli Entoft and Jessica Hartenberger. Welcome so much, and we are excited to hear what you have to tell about SaaSiest, about SuperOffice and all the open positions that you've got. So take it away.
Yeah, thank you for having us, Thomas. We'll give you the quick and the short, attractive story about who SuperOffice is and why we are a relevant company for all of you, joining today. My name is Gisli Entoft. I am the CEO of the company. Very great to have Jessica, our head of people, with us here today. And I will, start by saying, who are we at SuperOffice? We have a long experience in the field of CRM. We started in 1990, headquartered in Norway. We have offices in 8 European countries. We are 250 people, and we have thousands of very, very satisfied customers. Revenues, just so that you have an idea of how the financials look, we had in 2021 504 million NOK in revenues, and we are financially solid, meaning we have a solid profit. There's more financial information, of course, available on our website. So when it comes to what we are doing, we like to say that with our CRM solution in the cloud and with our team and partners with a lot of know-how and experience with CRM, we help our customers turn relationships into revenue. We do that by supporting their processes in attracting new customers, depending on how they want to do that. We of course are flexible and adapt to how our different customers aim at doing it most efficiently. We help grow their customers, and that's also where making the relationships more profitable, and of course also work very focused on the retention part, which also comes to play with our customer service part of the offering. So hope that is clear. Culture is something that we work a lot with. I think many companies out there work a lot with culture. It's about the people. We think about our relationships. We don't count transactions. People buy from people, and we also spend a lot of time on that internally to build and connect our organization, get new people on board, and get them successful, and work together as a team. We are somewhat different. I think we're quite unique in one way because we have our own nation called Superland. So when you join SuperOffice, you actually get a passport. We have tested it in the passport control in Copenhagen, and it actually works. So that's a little bit of a fun side of the company. We have, of course, a competition culture where we, go on award trips and we celebrate anniversaries, both for the company every 5 years and also, of course, people who have 10, 20, and 30-year anniversaries with us. And people have been with us for 10, 20, and even 30 years. So it's a good place to be. So you are, of course, asking yourself, why on earth is SuperOffice a good place to be for you, of course. And I would like to repeat, it's a very solid company. I think these days, it's a little bit more uncertainty. We have war in Europe and so on. So I think the fact that we're a solid company with a solid track record, a very large and loyal customer base is very important. I think also being in a growing market, because in more challenging times, we have seen this over the years, that this is really the time to invest in customer-specific processes, to make sure you take very good care of the customers you have, and that you also sharpen your knives and pencils and get better at hunting the new customers that you, of course, also need to add during, more rocky times. So the CRM market is growing. We are growing. We're actually growing a little bit faster than the market. And last but not least, we also are really occupied by investing in the relationships with our customers, with our partners, and of course, our employees. And I think if you should be say one word, which I think many people in SuperOffice will recognize, is that we are friendly. We are very friendly from the bottom of our hearts, and we don't package things. We say things like they are. We're really honest, and we deeply care about the people who join our company. Right now, we have several opportunities available out there. From the product or R&D side of the company, we're looking for product managers and also developers. We are, on the marketing side, looking for a performance marketing specialist. Moving to the sales and the consulting side, we're looking for account managers and also technical consultants. And last but not least, for our customer service team, we are looking for customer service reps. So many opportunities, depending on where you are aiming at going or where you have your qualities or interests, we have something to offer you. I would also like, last but not least, we do some special things in SuperOffice, and you see now on the screen our headquarters in the shape of a Christmas calendar. This bottom picture in red here. So this is the third year in a row that I think indicates very clearly how we do different things. We decided 3 years ago to, together with the owner of the building, to turn it into a Christmas calendar every year. This year, last week, it was, of course, opened with a choir present, and we had our Christmas party with the whole team. And every day there is a new window lighting up as the calendar moves along for Christmas. And here you also see above the building and with the calendar on, you see that we are a proud sponsor of Norway's best ever tennis player. We work with Casper Ruud. He is number 3 in the world, ranked among men's tennis players. And the connection to him is simply that he is highly professional. He's very focused on improving everything he does all the time. And I think that has a very, very solid connection to how businesses should operate and how we also try to help and make our customers improve their business with our solutions and our know-how. So I think that basically summarizes it from my side. We have 10 minutes here, and I think we have spent them hopefully in an interesting way for you. So Jessica, it's time to...
Yeah, come visit us at our booth. We've been there all day. We've talked to some of you already, and we're there if you have questions. So looking forward to seeing you there today.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Gisle and Jessica. Great to hear your presentation. And yeah, as Jessica said, take the opportunity to meet Gisle and Jessica and know more about SuperOffice. And yeah, see you around, everyone. And now it's time for the next session.
Yeah. Thank you, Thomas.
You.
Yeah.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
All right, I am back here with Lucas from Timelog, and we should give Lucas a little bit of extra love here. So hit those emojis and hearts, because for one, Lucas is suffering from a real man cold, and still he shows up here. I just told him he sounds like a Danish Barry White. And I know, Lucas, this is a very hectic time period for you guys, closing out your year, a lot of deals that needs to be signed now before we all run away for Christmas. So much appreciated for you taking the time to join us here. So tell us over the next 9 minutes, why should people join Timelog?
Yeah, thank you. And thank you for everybody being here. I want to go through a bit about what Timelog is and who the people within Timelog is. So starting talking a little bit about Timelog. Timelog is a software company located with most of our employees here in Copenhagen. And we have existed for the past 21 years. And for the past 2 years, we have been backed by venture capital, meaning that the journey that we are on is great, is fun, but it's also really tough. Um, so we have some values here at TimeLog, and what we focusing on and what we work with is what I have written on this slide. So listen, understand, and contribute. And that's both for the employees and the individuals when talking together and collaborating, but it's also when we talk to customers and prospects, it's important for us that we take the human aspect into account. And we start by listening and then understanding and figuring out if we can actually contribute within the conversation. So moving on a little bit, if we go to TimeLog and have to talk a little bit more about what it is. Um, this year we got the Great Place to Work certificate. It was a really big thing for us because the people matters and the people is the ones that make everything happen. We are a smaller company. We are around 70 employees today. We speak 15 different languages, and then we have 21 years of experience within the field that we're working with it. So that's professional service organizations that we are supporting as a PSA company. So how are we working in TimeLog and what is the day in TimeLog? Of course, we are using our own software. And for us, it's to track the time that each individual are actually using so we don't overload the employees, but also make sure that we use their resources, the right places, and we can guide and help employees or colleagues when working on a project. And then I mentioned before that we are working with Great Place to Work. Another thing that we're also working with is a software tool called Office Vibe. And what we're using it for is to get a pulse survey all the time. We get it every second week. A survey is sent out to the employees to figure out how is the environment. Is the collaboration with peers good? Is the relationship with your manager good? Is there any things that we need to take into consideration in the daily work as a manager? And for the people in time, like one thing that I value a lot and I have heard many times is the transparency. And that goes down to Leapsome. And Leapsome we use for something that we call objective key results, so OKRs. And that is basically taking and breaking down the KPIs for the whole company into every individual and every single department, where everybody have the opportunity to contribute to the way that we're working. And the way that we're working and where we're located, we spread out worldwide basically. We have 3 offices in Denmark. We have one here in Copenhagen. Then we have one in Aarhus and Aalborg, single person sitting in London, and some sitting in Stockholm and Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia as well. For the positions that I will show you guys today, we are recruiting for the Copenhagen office, and it's mainly positioned in the office. It can be some remote work, but you should be able to participate and be in the office and the environment here in order to apply for the job at least. So stepping a little bit into Timelog and what Timelog does. Timelog is a software company, as mentioned before, and what we offer is a software helping companies get or an overview of their financial project management. So we do everything from time tracking, project management, and invoicing. And the whole idea of Timelog is that we are the core centerpiece of the ecosystem that companies use, and then they integrate to whatever system that they might have on the side. And that can be as shown, it can be Synergy, it can be Fornox, it can be Business Central, or other ERP systems that they want to integrate with. But we are the key source to delivering that data. Having to dig a little bit into the numbers as well, today we have 1,150 customers and some of the logos mentioned here. In overall perspective, we have plus 30,000 active time trackers in TimeLog, actually tracking time. We have 1.9 billion euros invoiced throughout the system, via other financial systems. We have 24 million hours tracked in the system and 91,000 new projects created, meaning that we have quite a substantial base of data to work with, also meaning that we're able to help our customers, but also help them get the same overview that we are looking for every day when working with TimeLog. So I went out for the presentation today and talked to some of my colleagues to ask them why did I choose to work in TimeLog and why did I choose to start here. I want to start with the one in the left corner, Sasha, our CSO. She actually started as a student helper here at TimeLog 15 years ago. She wanted to kickstart her career and get started. And what happened, fast forward 15 years later, she's today the CSO of TimeLog and been here for the past 15 years. We have Christian, who doesn't really remember why he started, but he's staying here because of the people. And that's the thing that we see, and that's the thing I got told when starting in TimeLog. It's like a family that you get into, and the reason why people are staying here for so many years, we have plenty who have 5 years anniversary, 10 years, and so on. But that's because of the people and the community that we have, but also the transparency and the honesty that we try to do every day. I want to talk a little bit about the people and who we are here at TimeLog. We are a diverse company, and as mentioned before, we speak approximately 15 languages. But the diversity also goes back to nationalities and especially opinions of how we work. And that is one of the strengths for TimeLog, that we are able to figure out when we should work and when we should stop the discussion and move onwards, depending, no matter the um, nationality, no matter the opinion that you might have, we can set it aside and then agree and move on. So, rounding off and looking into the positions that we have a position for people and culture assistant, a couple for sales development representative on the German and Swedish market, and then CSAs for the Danish and Swedish market as well. And as mentioned before, located here in Copenhagen. And if you feel like it sounds interesting, you can go into um, our booth today and look into it and talk to me later on, or you can go directly into our website and take a look there and apply for the job.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Lucas. And like you said, visit Lucas and his team in the booth, and also all of the jobs and all the hiring companies that you see here today have listed their jobs at SaaSiestJobs.com. So go there to search, filter for whatever jobs are relevant for you. So big thanks to you, Lucas. I hope the man cold you get rid of it soon. Take care and speak soon. Bye bye now.
Thank you. Bye bye.
All right, we are back with another employer presentation, and I'm really happy to welcome Linda Kjellqvist here from Planhat to present the job opportunities and present Planhat for us. So take it away, Linda.
Thank you for that introduction. So my name is Linda. I'm the VP of CS here at Planhat. I'm going to give you a quick walkthrough of who we are, a bit of our core values, and then obviously for anyone who's interested to know more, to visit our booth later on. But a bit about who we are at Planhat. So we are a Swedish software company founded back in 2015. I think that the take that we did was to spend a lot of time developing the product to make sure that we have a product that we feel really brings value to our customers. And that's what we spent the first 5 years doing. And then really the last 2 years, that's when we decided to scale. Earlier this year, we raised some cash, which we were really excited by. I think it doesn't change who we are at the core. We always want to try to continue with sustainable growth, but obviously it's a recognition of what we've kind of set out to do. So what we do is really a new generation of CRM, focusing on the customer platform. Customer data, I'm going to talk about that a bit, lives scatters across different systems. And what we want to do is really making sure that we collect that in one place so that everyone can make the informed decision around data. So really helping our customers to drive retention, and lifetime value across the customer base. So what we are is really a customer platform designed to build long-term relationship with customers. And this is something that we see that clearly was a need for in the market, which is one of the things that really driven our hyper growth so far. And I think interesting is that the recurring economic means that more and more customers or companies out there really wants to or needs to find ways of driving revenue across their customer base. And that is really difficult when data lives in multiple different systems. So we're going to want to bring it all together and making sure that everything happens around the customers and making sure the customer gets what they need in order to stay longer and become more successful. So a quote from a few a customer here, which is Natilic, that was all about, bringing data into one place, which means that you can be data driven in your decision maker, which means that you can be more impactful. So really being able to make strategic decision based on the right information and how that goes beyond just CS into the entire company. And I think for us, what is at the core of Planet and what we really are out there preaching is that everyone is talking about being customer centric, but what that really means is that you need to put the customer in the center of what you do, and then you need to build around it. You really need to understand what are the problems that your product solves, and how do you ensure that every single team is aligned with that vision, making sure that all the hurdles around is removed to make sure that the customer gets what they need, they drive the right outcomes, and they become really successful with your product. And obviously being targeting a lot of CS, selling to a lot of CS departments, we're seeing that CS is the front and center of what we do at Planet, and it's really what we're out there preaching and teaching all the different departments of how do everyone work together and kind of bridge that gap, making informed decision, removing all the different silos. And that we do through 4 different steps. We collect all the different data, we build workflows on top of the data, we have powerful insights and reporting, and then we use automation to move data around, which is obviously something that is really helpful for our customers. But I think enough about what we do. What I want to spend some time talking about is obviously who we are and the core values that we present at Planet. So I think that these 4 things are the core values that we really promote within. We want to make sure that we are a genuine company. We want to make sure that we say it like it is. We want to make sure that everyone that is a part of the Planet journey feels that they can be who they are and they're going to be respected for it. And that comes with us internally, with every employee. It comes with how we treat our customers, partner, everyone we want to interact with. And it's something that is really important for us. I think the second one that is also really important is to be fearless. I think that we have a mission to build something that all of us that work here is going to be extremely proud of. And in order to do that, you need to be able to go outside of your comfort zone. You need to dare to think big. You need to challenge yourself. You need to make sure that, you don't hold back. You go out there and you do more than you ever expected to do. That's how you're going to grow as an individual. That's how we're going to grow as a company. That leads to us setting these really ambitious goals that so far we've been able to not only deliver on, but actually go well beyond because of this. I do think that and the way we feel about it is that when you have this fearless culture and it's such an integral part of who you are, you also need to look at the other side of it to make sure that it is a really caring environment, to make sure that everyone feels seen, they feel heard, they feel listened to, they feel like it is okay to fail and to push yourself and try new things. So it's really an important counterparty to that fearlessness that we really strive towards. And the last one is really being impactful. I think for us, we always, as you grow and as we are now in a scale up position where we've gone this year from 80 people up to 160 plus. That means that you need to be thoughtful and you need to make sure you focus on the right thing. Are the things we're spending our time on really going to make a difference? Is this going to lead us to the right way of what the goals that we're setting out to do? And that goes for everyone, every individual, every team, every leader. Are we doing the things that is going to get us there? If not, we probably shouldn't do it. And something to hold ourselves really accountable for. And I think these core values, it's really a way to make sure that everyone knows exactly what is expected of them. It's kind of how we build our culture. I think that with the caring, with the trust, we trust our people to, work from wherever they want to work from. We have now 5 people down in Cape Town working from there to avoid the cold Nordic weather. And obviously, they're doing tremendously well down there, and it's building a lot of culture, and it's good for their journey. And we're going to trust them doing their thing and do whatever they need to do to be really successful. And they obviously paid that back with showing that can be done. So Planet is a remote first company. We do have hubs across the world, but we really want to make sure that we bring the right talent in that really embodies all of these different values to make sure that we continue on the extreme hypergrowth that we've set out to do and kind of changing the space that we're in, which I think all of us are really excited by, challenged by, and that's the kind of the like-minded people that we want to continue to bring on board. So that was a quick intro a bit to what we do and who we are as people.
That's great.
Yeah.
And if you want to hear more about Planet and so on, you should visit their booth in the booth exhibition. So you will hope you know where to find it. You just go out of the session and you click on exhibitor booth and you will get there. So thank you again, Linda, for being with us today.
Thank you.
And see you around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great seeing everyone. Bye.
All right, welcome back. This one is a little bit special for me and actually Thomas as well, because next we have the great team of Octo, and Thomas and I have had the pleasure to work with the Octo founders in their previous business. So Oscar Trival is with us here today to tell us more about Octo and why it should be your next destination. This is why you should apply for a job with them. Oscar, take us away.
Thank you very much, Daniel, and thank you both to Daniel, Thomas, and SaaS Nordic for arranging this day. Oscar is my name, CEO at Octo, but I'm not gonna bore you with the details of me. I'm gonna go straight into jumping to why Octo is one of the greatest employer in the world. But I'm gonna twist this with actually gonna give you 4 reasons why you want to be a part of this journey on building something new. But first, so just very short background, basically about the company, about the product. In this case, Octo develops and delivers an experience data platform, a one-of-a-kind, completely new category. It's a tool, it's a SaaS service that helps digital team create digital experience much faster by making it easier to access data from wherever the data resides within their organization, different systems, and to do this without having demanding integrations to cope with. So that is the short storyline on what Octo does and what Octo delivers. But here we are. The reason here is to guide you, to give you some insights in why Octo is such a great employer, and 4 things that I'm going to cover during this next 10 minutes. And 4 things that we do at Octo that makes this a very good company to work for. So the first one is that we are actually disrupting an industry. We are challenging ways of doing things in a completely new way, is groundbreaking, building a new category. Coming back to that. Secondly, it's the culture. the people that work here and how we're building that out. And we're still building the culture, building the collaborative culture. I'm going to go deeper into that as well. Thirdly, working remote first. We have built this company for being remote first, but we are not remote only, which is also a differentiator for us and how we actually build and set this up. And fourthly, making complex tech easy is also something that when you ask our tech team why they're working this, I'm going to give you some insight into that as well on the challenges that resides in there. But digging deeper into these four, the number one, disrupting an industry. What I mean with that? Well, with our platform, we are completely changing the way how digital customer experiences are made. I personally joined this company. This was one of the big reasons coming out of the CX consultancy space, being there for 15 years. I know the demands and the challenges of building CX customer experience initiatives, digital experiences, because the data is scattered. And we're using the experience with us, customers are using our experience data platform, big retailers, global, local, international ones. They're doing that. And the result that they get, 4 times faster projects. They can do MVPs of digital experiences in less than 30 days. They're slicing their integration efforts to over 40%. And we are really democratizing the access to data, which means that business users can get full insight on their data. So this is something that we're actually completely changing the way, because, and we all tend to say that our biggest competitor is business as usual, because there's really no other platform doing the same thing as we do. The second argument that I would say is the culture. Building a collaborative culture. A culture is never fixed, right? It's always about building it out. And I thought this would be interesting to share, because we have on the word cloud you see in the middle are actual insights on, that's not us what we want to be, that's actually what our team members has responded that we are, and what the culture is. So again, collaboration is an extremely important thing. It's the team spirit, the supportive team, the freedom, etc. It's those kind of things that really defines who we are. Of course, we have structural elements. So we basically base our culture out of 4 different dimensions. One is teamwork and trust, really putting a lot of trust in the people and the teamwork coming together to solve problems and reach our goals. It's a super important thing. Diversity and respect is another one, where we are a strong team now of 50 people already from 15 different countries. We're 18 different nationalities from 40 different locations. So it really helps us have a global approach from day one and really build out this company and the culture in a diverse manner. And also, of course, celebrations and care is another important dimension, that we will celebrate together, we care about each other, but also failures and learnings. It's an important aspect of being able to fail fast, but learn from it, continuous learning. And with this, we're building out a great team where collaboration comes in focus. Another thing, a third one, is working remote first. We have built out the skeleton where we have some structures in place in terms of remote success factors. It's been super important for us to build out from day one. How do you manage to be successful remote? Communication guidelines is also a crucial thing when you're going in being remote first and not being in an in-office environment. Routines and structures, the few ones that you need, but also especially the work environment. And we have really focused on building this company in a way that we assume that no one is in the same place. And this is how we build it up. But we also strongly believe in the face-to-face sessions that you can get from meeting other people brings a lot of value. Hence, we do have a strong cadence of when we meet the whole company on a yearly basis, the quarterly meetups, doing team sessions face-to-face whenever we can. So really built into the way that we run and drive the company. It's also a super important aspect. Working remote first, but not remote only. And the fourth one is you sort of glancing a little bit more with you tech candidates out there, is what are the key things that drives the tech team that we have, the product team that we have. And it's about making the complex tech easy. It's a key thing. Firstly, it's about the challenges that we have. We work with data. We work with supporting different types of data models, and the data volumes and the performance things are key things that sort of are common denominators across the team. That working with these amounts of volumes, it's a super exciting challenge, and to get that working out, and to make sure that you have performance. I mean, we deliver all the data out real-time APIs, and that creates a lot of demand on performance, etc. The architecture itself, Mach certified, working with microservices, cloud API first, a product that's been starting out to be built 3 years ago, utilizing all the latest and greatest technologies in terms of our cloud natives and API first, but also the technologies that we use, continuously reinventing ourselves in terms of components and tools. It's also a key thing for us. And so if you feel that you have any of these four, this is something that you really driving, really being a part of this journey to disrupting an existing industry, really making a change out there for companies in the retail space, or feel that this is an exciting culture I want to be a part of, or the remote first aspect, or making complex tasks easy. Why don't you join us or meet us in our booth? Currently, we are looking for a certain specific roles that we have out there, but for our growth pattern going forward, we're also looking for key individuals. And of course, even though we might not be looking for you right now, just getting to know you, getting to connect with you, because we always find we can always have an opportunity to find space for a good personality. So with this said, this is we are just really being on a journey of building something new, like many other companies that I assume have presented today, building new stuff. But this is something really interesting, that really building this company out in an interesting way. We're building a completely new category, trying to get that defined there. We're building a product, but also building a company in a very nice way that it's never seen, that it's something that's done before. So with this said, I would like to open you all to come and meet with us, connect with us, get to know us, and be a part of a memorable journey. So that's the thing that I was going to say.
Great.
That was
message.
my presentation.
And what a lovely image to end with. So much appreciated, Oscar. And like Oscar said, if you want to meet Oscar and his colleagues, they are hanging out here in their booth. So go to the Octo booth, and you can also find all their jobs at SaaSiestJobs.com. And I'm sure Oscar will also take connections on LinkedIn and so on. So hopefully there will be lots of good conversations here. So thank you so much, Oscar. Take care now.
Thank you. Been a pleasure being here.
We are really happy to have a company that means a lot for us at SaaS Nordic. That was where I and Daniel met once upon a time. We have Johan Boström, the co-founder at InRiver, and we have Tim here also that works with talent acquisition. And I will give the stage to you to tell us more about InRiver and the job opportunities there. So thank you for being here, and take it away.
Thank you, Thomas. So, Tim, what are we going to talk about?
We'll talk about the future, yes. What's going to happen in the upcoming year, and everything else there is to be said.
Yeah, so let me introduce myself and InRiver then. InRiver is a SaaS-based software company working within product information management, meaning that we help large brands and retailers to manage and produce and distribute their product information. We also work with digital shelf analytics, so we have a feedback loop where we capture the effectiveness of the content in the channels, so we can analyze and also suggest how to get on top of the digital shelf across all of the touch points. We're based in Malmo. I have our HQ in Malmo, but we also have offices in Chicago and London and Amsterdam and Davao in the Philippines. We're about 400 people today and growing, and looking for a lot of new colleagues.
Definitely so. Would you like to tell us a bit about where we're at currently, Johan, and what's to come for the next year or so?
Yeah, so we got a substantial growth investment from a company called Thomas H. Lee & Partners, THL, this year. And as such, we were aiming to grow even faster. And thus, we need more people to help us grow, more colleagues to help us grow. We want to expand both geographically and within the industries that we target. Our ideal customer profile is typically manufacturing companies, brand owning companies, and retailers. And that's sort of our sweet spot. So we also want to of course grow within the markets where we are already strong, but increasing our reach and increasing our geographical reach is very important to us. We also work via a very substantial partner network, both SIs as well as alliance such as Salesforce and SAP and Optimizely and others. That is crucial to us. We're a part of a very big ecosystem, so we have a lot of touch points to those other vendors and marketplaces and retailers across the globe, which makes the job very interesting and very fun to do, because it's a very international, very global kind of organization to work in.
And what do you see in general terms? I guess we could speak a bit about as well, in terms of the place we're in currently. What areas do you believe we would need most people in, both geographically and in terms of skills?
In terms of skills, I think we're looking for senior developers, we're looking for architects, we're looking for regional sales managers, we're looking for customer support agents, we're looking for account managers, basically across the board when it comes to roles. When it comes to geographies, of course, there's quite a few open opportunities in Sweden, but we have open opportunities in Amsterdam, we have open opportunities in the US. And for us, finding the right people is more important than their location. So we want the right people that fit our culture, because our culture is really, really important to us. So finding that cultural fit is important for us as an organization. But geography is less important. If you're in Amsterdam or if you're in Malmo or if you're in Copenhagen, doesn't really matter as long as you're the right person with the right skill set.
And you touched it yourself already. I guess you would be the perfect person to ask as well. What is the culture at Inriver?
Well, I think the culture changes over time, but we're still a very Swedish company. We have a fairly flat organization, and our tagline is "No one is as smart as all of us," and that's because we truly believe in teamwork, and we believe that when we work together and we help each other, we have more fun, which is also a core value, to have fun while winning. And we do that as a team. And if we don't play well together, if we don't play like a well-sounding orchestra together, we won't be as successful. So I think it's truly the core of Inriver, is to work together and help each other. If we do that, we're successful. That has been our motto, and will continue to be so.
Super. And finally, why would one work for Inriver? I guess you've done it for a few years now. But is there anything special, do you think?
Well, I think that it is a very interesting space to be in, because we're in the heart of commerce. We get to work with the biggest vendors, the biggest brands, the biggest manufacturers out there. We get to work with the latest technologies. We get to work with the largest SIs and the largest software companies out there. So there's so much happening every day, and it's such a dynamic, evolving space. So, I mean, I've been doing this for 20 years, and I think I've never had as fun in this space as I have today, just due to the fact that it's evolving so quickly and growing so quickly.
Absolutely. I guess I just steal the last minute or two for you guys who's listening in. What to do, I guess. You can contact me, Tim Beckfist, at LinkedIn. You can find me on the website of ours, etc. That's mainly for the European side, and if there's anything you need to know about the Philippines or the US, feel free to contact me as well. I could go on.
Tim,
I mean, yeah, sure.
maybe you said here, was there any particular open positions that you were looking for right now?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's always an interest in Johan has already mentioned it. Skilled, nice developers is always an interest. I would say that in the coming year, let's say Q1 and Q2, coming up 2023, I'd say there's a lot of focus in the customer success and services overall. sales is always going to grow with a company that's growing, obviously. Development, a few roles in the product side as well, both product owners, product managers. I think in indefinite, every department's going to grow next year, as it has this year. So there's no, as strange as it sounds, it's not very strange to us.
No recession when it comes to InRiver and the opportunities there. So that's great. Thank you for being here today, and also take the opportunity to meet the InRiver team in the booth in the employer exhibition. And well, nice seeing you guys again, and see you around.
Likewise, Thomas. Take care.
Thanks very
Have a
much.
good one.